All right, Ravens fans, the 2018 season is upon us. And joining us to help us predict the win-loss record for the Ravens is none other than IngravenVids himself. What's up, Ingraven? Welcome back.
Hey, it hasn't been too long, but I feel like it's been forever. I feel like I'm home on this channel, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all having me again, especially so soon, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we had a blast last time.
Yeah, we loved working with you the last time, and we're so glad and fortunate to have you on here for this Ravens video for the 2018 season. Baltimore Ravens, last year, I mean, yeah, you guys 9-7, second in the division. How do you guys fare this year? You know, we'll see. We'll see. And so we're going to go throughout the season from weeks 1 through 17, try to gauge what the season might look like. And at the end, you know, we'll give a good range of what the Ravens could do. And yeah, we'll see. And everyone watching, make sure you go subscribe to IngravenVids if you haven't already.
It's going to be in the description box, guys.
Absolutely.
Go check them out.
And let us know your thoughts throughout the video on what you guys think on the Ravens season. All right, guys, let's head in to week 1. Ravens at home to start the season, hosting the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Ingraven, how do you see this one playing out?
Bills, either rookie quarterback or what's his name? Is it Nate McDermott? I forgot what his name is.
Nathan Peterman? Is that what you're talking about?
What's his name?
Are you talking about the quarterback for the
Bills? The quarterback.
They have AJ McCarron, Nathan Peterman.
Yep.
And then they have Josh Allen.
Peterman. There you go. Yeah. Okay, and AJ McCarron. Either way, I feel like Ravens are at least, at minimum, causing 4 turnovers. I don't think this one is going to be close. I say Ravens are, I feel like they're so ready. They know what they have to do to get where they need to go. They've been so close, and especially coming off of that 4th and 12 that lost last year, the way that the season ended. I think they come in rolling, man. I think it's blowout win versus the Bills.
All right.
Okay.
Blowout win. I also have the Baltimore Ravens winning this first game here as well. Yeah, I don't think Buffalo has enough here, especially starting the season off. I mean, who knows? Maybe Josh Allen does start the season. We'll see.
Possibly. He
looked impressive so far in that first preseason game as of this recording. But, yeah, like you said, either way, whoever they have under center, I don't think it's going to get the job done here in Baltimore to start the season.
No, and this is home opener, first week. That's how you always like it. The first game to be at home. You want to – there's going to be jitters, right? But you want to be at home and be comfortable. And like I said, I like the tight end situation with y'all now. And I think y'all should be able to take care of business. I think Buffalo's just – I think they're going in the right direction, but they're not there yet. So Baltimore, veteran team, veteran coaching, they'll take care of this easily.
Balanced. Yep. All right, so we're all unanimous. We have the Baltimore Ravens winning here in week 1.
Yes.
Let's head into week 2, Thursday Night Football.
Whoa.
Baltimore on the road against division rival Cincinnati Bengals. Do you think you guys can get the road win here on Thursday night?
For this one is tricky. Yep. But I feel like Cincinnati didn't really do much this offseason to improve the team. But at the same time, Cincinnati is still our kryptonite. So for this one, I'm still going to go with a Baltimore win for this one.
Okay.
All Interesting.
Right.
Okay.
John?
I actually have Cincinnati pulling this out. You know, I'm not big on the Bengals, but you know, the division, y'all's division's one has always been competitive, no matter what, good, bad, or whatever. And this is in Cincinnati on prime time. I gotta go. I feel like Thursday Night Football gets a little strange.
Exactly.
And it's a short week. I think Bengals could pull this out at home. But I could see y'all easily winning this game if y'all show up. But Thursday nights, you never know.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bengals win here as well. Going with the home team on Thursday night. I think Joe Mixon will be a breakout player this year.
He looked good in the first preseason game.
Yeah, so me and Sean are going with the Bengals, and Ingraven's going with the Baltimore win here on the road. All right, headed to week 3, Baltimore at home against the Denver Broncos and that stacked defense. Do you think you guys can hold off the Broncos here at home?
This one that's a tough one. That's a really tough one. That defense is real. Their offense, we're definitely going to have a tough time with their offense too, especially with their wide receivers. I feel like Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders are like forgotten men. In not even just in that division in their division, but in the league too. Not enough people really talk about them in that combination. So for this one, could go either way, but I'm leaning more towards a loss because of that defense.
Okay. Same thing here. I'm going with Denver Broncos. Yeah, it could go either way. I went back and forth on this one, but that when you're on the road, you want to have that defense.
Yeah.
And Denver's got it with Von Miller, Bradley Chubb. That pass rush is going to be insane. So, and yeah, I think Case Keenum, I think he does, he fares out decent.
Well, better than what they had last year.
Absolutely. So, Denver wins here on.
Yeah. The only thing that held Denver back last year was the turnovers by their offense, and their offense not doing shit. So it's like I'm going to have to go with Denver being able to take care of business here. But it's going to be interesting. I did have y'all winning this. I had going back and forth. But yeah, I think Denver's going to win it.
You know what? I got to go back because you just gave me a big reminder on something.
Okay.
It's their quarterback, Case Keenum.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Case Keenum, when he faced a legitimate defense, a defense that was on fire, a defense that was hot, he completely imploded. Meaning that Eagles defense last year in that NFC Championship game, I thought it was going to be close. I thought it was going to be maybe a shootout, but he completely collapsed.
Yeah.
And he had Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen. I always forget how to say his name.
Yeah.
But he didn't do anything. They will have. You know what? Yeah, I got to go back. I got to go with Ravens on this one. I think it'll be a super low scoring game.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely going to be a defensive game. But I'm going to go with Ravens on this one only because Case Keenum, I don't think he'll be able to take that pressure.
Okay. So defensive game, but Baltimore's offense is going to edge them out the close win here at home.
I can see it. I could see it. I don't blame
Big game
you
for
on that.
Justin Tucker, bro.
Oh, Justin Tucker. He's one of my favorite kickers in the league, man.
Absolutely.
That guy's hilarious.
Thank you. Yeah. He's cool, man.
All right, now heading into Week 4, Baltimore is on the road against division rival Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes.
Now, this was going to be an even tougher one because not only is this a primetime game here at home in Pittsburgh,
right.
They got an offense and they got a pretty decent defense. So, I think. What do you think, man? Ravens win or lose?
Oh, I'm going with Pittsburgh on this one, dude.
Okay,
yeah. Pittsburgh, yeah. I got them at home, too. It's hard to pick Pittsburgh to lose at home, even though the Jags did it twice last year. But I just don't. I just think Pittsburgh is the top of the division right now, and this early in the year, Big Ben hopefully has a chip on his shoulder with Mason Rudolph there. Mm-hmm. So I think Pittsburgh is going to be coming out on fire.
Yeah, I got Pittsburgh as well. Pittsburgh's winning here on Sunday Night Football. Now heading into Week 5, Baltimore on the road against the Cleveland Browns, the upcoming Cleveland Browns.
Yes, yeah.
But can they pull off an upset here at home, Cleveland, against your Ravens?
I think they definitely can. I did pick the Cleveland Browns to split with us this year. Yeah. So I'm going with Cleveland in this one. And I think by this time they will have Dez Bryant. So they'll have Josh Gordon. They'll have Jarvis Landry. They'll have Dez Bryant. Yeah. They'll have Tyrod Taylor, who I feel like with Tyrod, he's going to get a chance to do his thing this year.
Yeah.
Todd Haley, he's not afraid to let you loose, let you throw the ball, let you have fun because he's their new offensive coordinator. And they got Carlos Hyde, Duke. They got so many weapons on offense, man. Yeah. So I'm going with Cleveland in this one.
Yeah, Cleveland was awesome. Me and Josh watched the Hard Knocks, and I think it's going to be one of the best Hard Knocks that we've seen. Jarvis looked great. Man, he's looked like he stepped into that leadership role a little bit. Right. He said before, he didn't even said in Hard Knocks, he's like, I'm usually not that vocal, but he got vocal, and I like it.
Ripped those other guys.
He ripped them. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, you're right. I think Dez is going to be a Brown. If it's not this week, next week. It's going to happen. I think he's doing that veteran thing where he's trying to not practice. He's trying to avoid practicing as much as possible. So, but, yeah, he's going to be a Brown. And whoever starts, Tyrod Taylor looked great. Threw a touchdown to David Njoku. And then Njoku looked great with Baker Mayfield. So I think this team's got some promise. I got Cleveland winning this at home.
I also have Cleveland winning this one. Good, they're good enough to split the series with Baltimore, so
definitely.
I'll give Cleveland the win here at home. Mm-hmm. All right, now heading into Week 6, Baltimore is on the road, staying on the road against the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, this is a tough one.
Tennessee, I think, is one of the elite teams out of the AFC, entire NFL, offensively, defensively, I feel, in 2018. And I think they're going to win here at home, the Tennessee Titans. You agree? Or...
For this game, I think it just depends on so much. But with this game, it will be a battle of the defensive coordinators. Ravens old and Ravens new. Our new defensive coordinator is Don Martindale. He's been the linebackers coach for a while in Baltimore. Tennessee Titans, their new defensive coordinator is Dean Pease, former Ravens defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So with that, he's a good overall coach, but situational football, he fails every time. So if with the Ravens, I think they can take advantage of that and take advantage of his bad play calling, but at the same time, he does have an advantage because he knows the Ravens, but the Ravens have an advantage because they know him. Yeah. So with that being said, I give the close edge to the Ravens in this one, especially if the Titans have a lead in the fourth quarter, because that's where Dean Pease just throws away everything and completely shuts down.
John?
Man, that's true. That's a good thing. It's like they know, but they both know each other, right? And you make a good point. But Tennessee at home, I like Tennessee this year. I think Marcus Mariota's got a lot of talent, and I feel like they held him back last year. Mike Mularkey. I feel like this year they're going to let him go. They got weapons. Delaney Walker. I don't see who's going to guard him. I think Titans going to be able to pull this out at home, but it could be a close one though. It could be. So
yeah.
Okay. All right, heading into week 7.
Did you say who you thought was going to win?
Yeah, I started off Tennessee.
Okay, I forgot. Yeah.
Heading into week 7, Saints coming into Baltimore. NFC is pretty stacked. I think the Saints are one of the top 3 teams out of the NFC. And I think they come in here into Baltimore and they pull out that road victory. What do you think, man?
Drew Brees has never beaten the Joe Flacco Ravens before. But this is Drew Brees. They are fighting for a lot right now. Saints came a long way. They used to be a team that was strictly offense, and their defense always let them down. But now the defense has been making plays too. Yeah. So I think if there was ever a time for Drew Brees to beat Baltimore with Flacco, this could be it, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a rough stretch for the Baltimore Ravens right here, and Saints are arguably one of the best teams in the league right now. Their offense last year was top 5 rushing, top 5 passing, and I feel like Alvin Kamara another year in the NFL. This team is dangerous.
Ingram will be back by then.
Yeah, Mark Ingram will be back by then. So this team, their defense should only get better. Only get better. They were middle of the pack last year, but they had a good stretch where they were pretty top 5. So yeah, I got the Saints pulling this out, and they're coming off a bye week going into this game. So Drew Brees and them are going to be ready to be prepared for this game. So.
Sure will be.
Okay, all right. So let's head into week 8.
Yeah.
Baltimore is on the road against the Carolina Panthers. How do you see this one playing out?
Well, this is a big challenge. Carolina Panthers offense heavy. Defense not bad either. Of course, got like the best middle linebacker in the game right now, Luke Kuechly, who is a big-time playmaker. I think that place is going to be rocking. And I think the offense gives enough problems as it is. And then Torrey Smith, every time we played Torrey Smith, he's gotten his revenge on us. So I'm gonna go with Panthers in this one.
Oof. Okay. Oh, that was rough, right?
It was.
Yeah, this one is one of those games I could see go either way, though, right? It all depends on Cam Newton with that offense either way. But I like Christian McCaffrey this year. He's looked pretty good in the preseason. So far in practice, he's bulked up. He's looking pretty solid. Oh, man, I want to pick your Baltimore Ravens here. I do. But Carolina at home, I have to go Carolina on this one. I just have to. Thomas Davis is going to be back. Yeah. So, he's got that suspension early year, but he should be back. He should be rolling. And I think he should be good to go.
Yep, I'm going Panthers as well here.
Yeah, it's a rough stretch for the Ravens here. Gosh.
But no, they could get the win.
No, I could see this being a Ravens win. So.
You see Carolina dropping some losses there at home.
They do it all the time.
But heading into week 9,
yeah.
Baltimore hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's matchup number 2, and I think they split the series. Baltimore gets it done here at home against Pittsburgh. I'm assuming you agree as well?
I do. I think this will be the year that we can finally beat them again, because it's been a while. And yeah, I do think it's going to be split. I think it's going to be a close game, as it usually always is. Not every time, but usually. And I think it comes right down to the end. But I think Baltimore gets this one.
Cool. Yeah, I agree. I think Baltimore does split the series. I think it's y'all went on a little stretch there where y'all were just facing some tough teams, right? New Orleans, Carolina, Tennessee, Cleveland. Like y'all were, and even Pittsburgh right before that. Y'all were facing some tough schedule. I think y'all are going to come out, be fired up. It's a division rival. You're going to get back on track a little bit, and y'all can pull this W out at home.
Yep. Okay. All right. And the Week 10 is a bye week, and
y'all needed
just like Sean said, it was a tough stretch.
Yep.
And they really need this Week 10 to really get their
mindset right. Yes. For the second half of the season. Let's just leave it at that.
And heading out of the bye week in Week 11, Baltimore hosting division rival Cincinnati Bengals. And, yeah, they're going to split the series with the Bengals for sure. And they get this win here at home. Ingraven?
But after the bye week, this is Harbaugh's 11th year. I don't know the exact number. I feel like he's only lost one game after the bye week. And I think that streak continues because after the bye week, the Ravens under Harbaugh, they have come out extra prepared. Yeah. And I don't see them losing this one to the Bengals, especially at home.
Yeah, I'm not huge on the Bengals this year. But, I did have them winning earlier in the year against y'all. But, yeah, y'all should, coming out of bye week, like you said, John Harbaugh, he's been in the league for forever now. And he knows how to get the team ready. You got a veteran, Joe Flacco. I think y'all take care of business at home. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Now, heading into Week 12, Baltimore staying at home, hosting the Oakland Raiders. Coming all the way from the West Coast. I have a lot of questions surrounding the Oakland Raiders heading into this year, and I don't think they can come here to Baltimore and pull off this win. So I'm going Ravens, being the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.
I just don't. Offense, defense, I don't see it. Baltimore's going to take care of it here. What do you think?
Yeah. I agree. Derek Carr, I feel like he's nice, but he's a little overrated. And I think he'll struggle against the defense. I feel like that defense will get a lot of pressure on him, and then he'll start to just get jittery. And maybe he might have flashbacks of when he got hurt last year facing that Broncos defense because they were attacking him. Yeah. And then he got hit the wrong way, and that was it. But, of course, I'm not wishing injury on him, but just the flashbacks in his mind, and then when you keep getting hit left, right, that messes you up as a quarterback. So I think Baltimore put enough pressure on him to cause some turnovers and just have him completely off his game.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is the thing also, Derek Carr, this is in Baltimore later in the season, right? We're in Week 12. It's getting a little colder, right? Derek Carr is not that great in the cold weather. I don't think he's won that many games, if any, when it gets cold. So I see Baltimore should be taking care of business here. Hey, Michael Crabtree looked good for y'all in their first preseason game. I saw him running those. Man, he looked good. So I'm excited to see what Michael Crabtree does against his former team that just decided not to keep him. They let him go. So I think Baltimore should take care of business.
And also here in Week 12, who's to say that Marshawn Lynch and Doug Martin are even healthy?
That's true.
If those guys aren't, then this can be a blowout. But nonetheless, even if they are, I think Ravens win by at least 10 points.
Definitely. I agree.
All right, heading into Week 13, Baltimore on the road against the Atlanta Falcons. This could be tough, man. Yeah. How do you see this one?
Yes, Falcons, tough team. Offense, defense, they got it all, man. Julio Jones, Sanu, Calvin Ridley, they say he's been looking good too. Of course, Matt Ryan, one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Him and Flacco were drafted in the same year. Him at number 2, Flacco at 18. And I think that the number 2 overall pick that year gets this win in Atlanta. Okay. So I'm picking Falcons for this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I got Falcons. I could see if Sarkisian doesn't get his play calling together, Baltimore could win this. I really think so. But at the same time, Julio's just, I don't see anybody being able to cover Julio. I don't think anybody can cover Julio if he's playing. So I got Atlanta at home in the dome, in that Mercedes-Benz dome.
Okay. Yeah. So same here. I got the Falcons winning here at home as well. Just Man, they have very little holes on that team. The Falcons.
They don't.
That's
they
true.
don't have that many.
Like you were just talking about Sarkisian.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Puts together a better play.
I'm
play
hoping
calling,
for fantasy purposes. I'm not a Falcons
especially in that red zone.
Fantasy,
Falcons can be very good, elite team. All right, heading into Week 14, Baltimore on the road in Arrowhead, a tough place to play.
Yes, it is.
However, Kansas City defensively have some questions, right?
A lot of question marks. They got all they got. The defensive line, the rushing. The rush defense is very questionable. So they had a huge turnover.
And Patrick Mahomes starting his first full season here.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so I think Baltimore is, like I said, a well-balanced team. And I think they go into Arrowhead and get that win. Road win here for Baltimore.
Yeah.
We got a little Engraven.
Little Engraven.
Say what's up, Carter. Say hi.
Hey. Does he think the Baltimore Ravens can get the win here?
I do think Ravens can get the win here in Arrowhead. Because this is really Patrick Mahomes' rookie season.
Yeah.
They do pretty well against rookie quarterbacks. The last one to beat them was Mitch Trubisky last year. I just don't know what happened that game. But so shout out to your Bears. But I think with Patrick Mahomes, I just don't think he'll have enough firepower, man, because he does have Tyreek Hill, but I feel like they're going to take Kareem Hunt out the game. Mm-hmm. They're going to stop the run, and then they're just going to get after him. They're going to try to put a lot of pressure on him and just take him out the game, take his focus out the game. And Kansas City, they had some big losses on defense with Tampa Lee, with Derek Johnson, and then, of course, with Marcus Peters. So I think Ravens get this one.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess. To go into Arrowhead, you're going to have a defense, which I think y'all have a decent defense, and to be able to run the ball. And we already know that's what Baltimore likes to do. They have Alex Collins, who looked pretty decent the other night. His first preseason game. I think Baltimore should be able to go into Arrowhead and win that game. And yeah, could Kansas City? It's in Arrowhead, yeah, of course. But I think y'all being a veteran team, y'all be able to take care of business. So.
Yep.
That's it.
Absolutely. Now let's head into Week 15. I think this is an easy one for me as the Baltimore Ravens host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
It looks pretty ugly out there in Tampa. I mean, that whole Jameis Winston situation, even when he comes back from suspension, I think they're losing a lot of patience with Jameis. Yep. And Dirk Cutter, I don't really like him as a head coach. So I think Baltimore gets the easy win here at home.
And I don't even think it's a guarantee that Jameis Winston is the starter. I think it just all depends on how they feel about him. Okay, Carter. It depends on how they feel about him at that moment, or really during these first 3 games of the season, because it's still a possibility that the starting quarterback on that team is not even on that team right now. So we'll see how that plays out. But with Jameis Winston, or with the Bucs, really, I just feel like they are the team in the NFC South that's just a mess, mostly on defense. They still do have Mike Evans, and they still, for now, have Jameis Winston. And Mike Evans is just I wish we could have him on our team. But Bucs, I don't think they even really have much of a chance in this one. I know it's any given Sunday, but I'm gonna go with Ravens in this one by a lot.
There's not much to talk about with Tampa. There's really not much to talk about. Even their fans, I think, are understanding that they don't really have much to look forward to until they get rid of that head coach. That's the main thing they gotta get rid of. But I think Ravens should be able to handle this easily at home too in Baltimore.
Yeah,
Tampa can't handle that.
All right, so we're all unanimous on that one. Let's head into Week 16. Baltimore on the road against the Los Angeles Chargers. Yeah, and man, Chargers are pretty good, man. They're one. I think they're going to be one of the best teams out of the AFC. How do you think this one plays out?
See, this one, I feel for Chargers, because Chargers, I think Ravens can get it just depending on how healthy Chargers are. This one could go either way. But Chargers just keep dropping over and over. Oh, you got a stat sheet on the Chargers? Yeah, they lost Hunter Henry. They've lost Jason Verrett. They lost a lot of people. So thank you, Carter, for putting me on. So they keep losing guy after guy after guy. Yeah. And of course you don't want anybody to lose anybody. But I just feel like Chargers won't have enough manpower by that time to come out with the win.
Chargers, they do have for some reason they always get hit by the injury bug, but they usually end the season pretty hot. You know, last year they started off 0-4, but they still ended pretty decently.
Yep.
And they had still, even with all those injuries, they still, to their offensive line last year, there's #1 passing in the league last year, which was shocking to me with those injuries.
Yeah.
So I'm still going to trust Phillip Rivers to take care of this at home because I think they're going to need it to try to make the playoffs. Chargers will. So I got Chargers at home here.
Yeah, me too. I got the Chargers taking care of business here in Week 16. Now to end the season, Baltimore hosting the Cleveland Browns, and I kind of spoiled it earlier when I said the Browns. I think are good enough to split. I had them winning Week 5. I have the Browns losing here in Week 17 against the Ravens at home. So this is a win for me.
Yeah, I would agree. I definitely think Baltimore will get it done at home. I think this will be a key game in their trying to get back to the playoffs, trying to get back to the promised land. Hopefully at the end of the season. No, well, we want Baltimore to get the win, right, Carter? He's saying But anyway, while Carter tries to eat this pin, the Baltimore Ravens, they're gonna have to eat them Browns, man. They're gonna have to eat them for dinner that Week 17. They're gonna have to get them together. They're gonna have to just take over, be ferocious, and actually finish because this Week 17 is going to be so big. It's an AFC game. It's a division game. Then on top of that, the past 2 years, that's been Baltimore's problem in the last week of the season. The last 2 weeks of the season has been finishing. So, again, they know what they have to do. They know what needs to be done. And I think actually against the Cleveland Browns, they finished the season out on a good note.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. Finishing it is going to be the key here. Well, Baltimore splits the series of Cleveland, and they take care of business at home.
All right, so that does it from weeks 1 through 17. Now, I have the Ravens as of right now 7-9, and that's because I think the Ravens have a huge, tough stretch between weeks 3 to weeks to even 9.
Yeah.
And that's where I have you guys, faltering a little bit. But the second half of the season, I have you guys doing very well.
Yeah.
Now, I could see the Ravens faring better from that stretch of weeks 3 to 9, and if they do, I think the Ravens can be a 11-5 team. Upside, I think.
Yeah, I'm right there too. I have them 7-9, but yeah, I could see y'all pulling off, possibly a win against Denver in
Carolina.
Carolina, same thing, right? I could see y'all pulling off maybe even Chargers, right? Depending, like you said, who's healthy and who's not, right? You never know how those injuries affect them. So I could see y'all winning 10 or 11 games. It's just that stretch right there. They're getting the season hurts so much. So but 7-9 right now, but possibly 10, 11 games.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be super tough. They and again, my biggest question mark with the Ravens is the offense. Have they really done enough to really improve the offense? I still got a lot of questions that have yet to be answered. I mean, I did see that Joe Flacco, his first drive with a starting offense, and it looked good, but it wasn't against starters and whatnot, even though he did still look sharp. So these are still NFL players, but at the same time, they're not starters. They weren't the Rams' starting defense. So from so far so good from what I saw, but I just want to see it. And if he can continue to be sharp all season and he can actually be consistent and carry this team, and that'll make for a big difference in Baltimore this year.
Yeah, absolutely. But Ravens fans, let us know what you think about your Ravens. Let us know about some of those wins and losses. What do you have them this year? Do you see a 7-9, 10-6? Yeah, 12-4 season.
I don't know. You never know.
But yeah, let us know in the comment section down below. And once again, we want to thank IngravenVids for coming on and taking your time and to help us out with this. And we encourage everybody go right now. Go in the description box. If you haven't already, go subscribe to IngravenVids. What are you doing? He won't just talk about the Ravens. He'll talk about everything.
Yeah, that's true, man. Appreciate it, team. Keep it clean. Yep. Everybody watching, thank you for being a part of this. Thank you again to the Sports Fury for having me on. Look forward to coming back throughout the season, man.
Absolutely. We'd love to have you back on for sure. And all right, Ravens fans, we'll see you in the 2018 season. Good luck, and we'll see how it all plays out.
Yeah.
All right. Later.
All right.